Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your first 2 weeks of May reading. My name is Crow. Thank you for being here. And of course, if anything that resonates with you, feel free to take it during this reading. And if it doesn't, leave it. I encourage you to just tap into your own feelings, thoughts, emotions. You know, some of my words might evoke something within you, and this is about co-creation. This reading, as always, co-creating with spirit and co-creating with you. So thank you for being here, and let's jump in. Spirit guides, ancestors, the unseen forces that are assisting and guiding Cancer, please, thank you. May you use my voice in co-creation for this reading. All right. So I will be using the Spirit Medicine deck, of course, and the 33 Masters Oracle deck that I co-created with my guide. All right. So we have here 3 different energies. The first energy I'm going to talk about is the squirrel. So the squirrel is about really preparing yourself. For the first 2 weeks of May, you might be reorganizing. It might be really good for you to get those mundane tasks done and to sort of gather yourself, okay? Gather yourself. You know when you ever see squirrels running about, they look erratic, but I'm sure for a squirrel, they know what it is the fuck they're doing, okay? So don't be too concerned about what it looks like on the outside. Getting your stuff together. This is an incredible period of time for you, Cancer, to get your P's and Q's, if you will, in order. I don't really even know what that means, but people say it, and I'm assuming that it means something like, yeah, like get yourself together. If you ever notice, the squirrel is jumping to and fro from branch to branch, so that means like have fun. Have fun while you're doing it. Have fun while you're doing it. And know that, you ever see when a squirrel gets like in the middle of the road and it's not like quite like a deer in headlights sort of energy? That's because I have read and heard that the sense perception of it doesn't know how far it's come. So it might be just right on the other side of the road and it's like, and it goes back. So let this be an understanding for you while you are gathering your stuff together. Just keep going, because sometimes we don't know how close that the quote-unquote end is in sight, or our goal is just so close to our reach. So it's sort of like a buckling down and just getting ready energy. And we have pulled the Weasel. The Weasel is accompanied by the Master number 33, which is awesome, okay? So this is about stealth. So alongside the squirrel, it's like, you know, you don't have to let everybody know. Everybody doesn't need to be privy to your plans in life, Cancer, okay? You know, you can be your Cancer self and keep those things close to your heart. You can be stealth, you can make moves, you know, that are... It's about really working with that energy of, it's not so much super protective, but it's just like that sort of like badass energy that you might just summon within yourself so that you can just move within the world. And like, you know, you might be surrounded by people in your life that might have some things to say about the way that you're doing things, but that doesn't matter, you know, because you're gonna still do them anyway. And you don't have to share your opinions with others. Like, oh, you know, this person is talking smack about, let's say, doing Tai Chi, okay? And you just signed up for a Tai Chi class. You can just be like, okay, sit back and let them be their judgy hipster selves, okay? You don't have to engage. So the themes here are like, what is it that you're engaging in? You know, when we talk about reaction versus response, we also need to be talking about how we are engaging with those things, meaning how we're dancing with those energies. So if I engage with someone either through a reaction or response, there are still certain subtleties within those two spectrums of experience. So if I react, boom, I've just engaged with them, like probably not in a preferred way. The way that I have engaged with them is just evocative of all my old stuff. It's not really true to who I am, my true self, who I know inside of my heart to be. And let's say if you respond, you're choosing to engage with them in a different way, in a more calm manner, in a more calculated and thought through way. It could also be a more intuitive way. Because sometimes when we react, it's more instinct. And intuition is a little bit different than instinct. So because I'm talking about discernment here, Cancer, pay attention to just like the subtleties of discernment for the first 2 weeks of May while you are gathering, you're getting your stuff together. It feels like a really great time. And because Pluto is sort of moving back into retrograde during, soon and in this next period of time, it might be good for you to, stack some paper. It's always nice to be prepared, okay? Whenever it is that you can, just, I'm not saying you can be, all right, there's a lot coming through here. Slow it down. You can be abundant on a budget, folks, okay? There's no, it's like, check yourself, check your inside self. You can be a little bit more, I don't even want to say the word frugal, because I wouldn't say that squirrels are frugal. I would say that they're just smart. So just tapping into that understanding for yourself, how to prepare. I'm not saying, none of my readings are going to be doom and gloom, okay, folks? But I will just say, it might be wise of you to just stack some energy, stack some paper, save yourself, okay? The last card that we have here is the Triangle card. And this is about, for me, for this reading, how I'm reading it. Triangle can mean so many different things to you, of course. But we're reading it as a feminine energy. So all things receiving, preparing to receive, okay? So much of our receiving, being able to receive, is about the inside work, okay? It's not like, my hands have to be sticking out and being like, I'm ready to receive, no, yeah, that's a part of it. But 90% of receiving is done in preparation, internally speaking. And let's say 10% is done I'm going to receive. And then on the 10%, it's your choice whether or not you're going to meet the energy of the universe, meet your higher self into those things. So you always have a choice. And understanding and sitting and knowing that you have a choice with these other energies that are present, it feels like you're starting to come around the corner and realize something, maybe not so as quite as an epiphany, but it feels to me that you're just going to see some things, click, 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 things are going to be clicking into place. And get ready to receive that understanding of certain puzzle pieces that you've been waiting on coming together, whether it's a piece of information that you needed to hire somebody, you needed to fire somebody, you needed to break up with someone, you needed to, all of these different life circumstances. You know what it is that I'm referring to, and understand that some of these puzzle pieces are going to come into play and it's going to click nicely. We always say in the collective, everything happens for a reason, but it happens for a reason when you're looking back on those things. Sometimes even 10 years down the line, so everything happens for a reason is an evolving thing. So I just encourage you to sit with that for a moment, or however long you need to sit with. And speaking of discernment earlier, discernment is only as good as making an action, putting things into action. Because I can have all the discernment in the world, which is imbalanced feminine, which is just way too much information, which is just like, I'm saying information overload is imbalanced feminine because information to me in my mind translates as the water element, okay? So much of our, and of course you Cancer are working with the water element, and so much of our life is just like, we're being inundated with so much information, okay? Take what you need, gather what you need, stealthily, okay? And balance the rest. Bring that triangle. It's such a stable foundation, the triangle. And boom. Oh, miracles. Oh, I love this for you, Cancer. First 2 weeks of May, miracles. So this is a sigil. I'm going to zoom in on here. If you notice that all of the eyes are painted and focused inward. So this is just about like realigning yourself, all of your eyes, the ways that you're viewing, your perception, the way that you're seeing things, how you're perceiving the world around you. Turn that inside for a moment, okay? And be prepared to witness some miracles, whether they be small, whether they be large, on a larger scale in your life. The best way that we can till the soil in our life to prepare for miracles and entering our lives is to look inward and to keep our eyes within ourselves and on the divine. And this is about your focus too. We're working with eyesight and focus. So sometimes we just have to look right in front of us to understand, like, wow, look at all of this. I have an immense and incredible opportunity. And this is a miracle, okay? So once you notice small miracles in your life, the fact that you woke up this morning, the fact that you're watching this on a device, like, and we're spinning through space and time, it's wild. That is a miracle. And so the more that you're able to understand smaller miracles, the more that you're open and you're primed and you're ready to witness bigger things. You know, sometimes it's hard for us to receive, coming back to the feminine energies, because we're not practiced. And, you know, if you're going to be preparing yourself, then, you know, if you want $1 million, maybe you should practice receiving like $10,000, you know? If there's something in your body is like, no, I can't. This is a beautiful exercise that I'm going to give to you now. Breathe in whatever it is, whether it's money, love, work, opportunities, health. When you visualize yourself, okay, maybe don't jump to the top goal. Like, take some steps, all right? Let's say $1 million, boom. Breathe into receiving a check for 10 grand. And I want you to be honest with yourself. Close your eyes, breathe into your body. Anywhere that your body starts to just reject this, like, oh, I don't know, you have shallow breathing, I can't really take this, I can't accept this. Then you sit there and breathe and tell your body to calm down and just keep visualizing until your nervous system and all systems are still. Mind, body, spirit, soul. All things are a go. Okay, I'm ready to receive another word for alignment, okay? And then you can keep going up and up and up during this visualization until you are able to really receive, not push back, okay? Because we so often push. We're like, boom, 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 running American football, like, you know, pushing away my blessings, pushing away my miracles. But this is a season for you to accept your miracles. This first 2 weeks of May and preparing for that. And yes, so I hope that this resonates with you. If it does, let me know in the comments. Tell me how you feel. Try out that little exercise. It only takes a few moments of presence. And subscribe. I will be posting 2 times a month for your sign and maybe some bonuses. Thank you for being here. Many blessings. Peace.